Putri.
Okay, good morning everyone. Today is the 30th of October and we are having our third discussion on the case of what will happen if a buffalo of 300 kg ate fresh bamboo leaves at libitum. My name is Ek Injan with the metric number of 183825.
Hi, my name is Siti Suhailah Muhammad Ma'ruf. My metric number is 181636.
Hi, my name is Dong Wei Shen and my metric number is 181588.
Hi, my name is Kishan Ablechan. My metric number is 181290.
My name is Amir Abdul Rahman. My metric number is 182082.
I'm Putri Sabreena with a matrix number of 182201.
So the learning objective of this case is to understand the digestion process of ruminants, which is in the buffalo, and to determine whether bamboo belongs to the grass family. Besides, we want to determine the chemical composition of bamboo and to discover the fermentation process of bamboo leaves in buffalo, and lastly to discover the effect on buffalo for eating bamboo leaves at libitum. So the flow of food in buffalo starts with the mouth and then continue with esophagus, reticulum, omasum, rumen, entering the small intestine, cecum, colon, and finally rectum. So the stomach of all ruminants have 4 chambers, which are the first chamber is the rumen, which forms a huge fermentation vat containing billions of microbes such as bacteria, protozoans, and fungi, which anaerobically break down the ingested plant material before it is enzymatically digested by the ruminant. The second and third chambers, the reticulum and omasum, act as filters, allowing liquid and small digested food particles to pass through to the fourth chamber, which is the true stomach known as the omasum. Larger particles are selectively filtered out and retained in the rumen to be broken down further, allowing ruminants to extract maximum nutrition from their diet. Digestion of bamboo leaves in buffalo digestion system involve rumination, which is the cyclic process in which food from the rumen and partly from reticulum comes back to the mouth for the proper mastication, read in salivation, and then swallowed again. After a slight pause or interval for the whole cycle is repeated again and again. Time spent for rumination depends on the fiber content of feed and bamboo leaves that are high in roughage significantly provide sufficient stimulation for rumination. Buffalo may spend 8 hours per day in rumination of this fibrous feed, and each bolus regurgitated is chewed around 40 to 50 times. During rumination, materials at the anterior end of rumen are drawn back to the esophagus and returned by a wave of contraction to the mouth. Any liquid is rapidly swallowed again, but coarser material is thoroughly chewed before being returned into the rumen.
Does anyone here know the stages of the rumination cycle?
I can explain on that. So there in summary, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 stages of rumination cycle, which is the regurgitation, remastication, reinsalivation, regurgitation, and pause. Regurgitation is a controlled form of vomiting, and it refers to the arrival of food bolus from the rumen, the first part of the stomach, and this part is responsible for both fermentation and regurgitation. So the movement of bolus during regurgitation is around 1.4 meter per second, and this is caused by the difference of pressure in the rumen and at the mouth of the ruminant. So how this regurgitation occur is by when the ruminant close the glottis, which is the opening to the lung, and then the ruminant inhale air, but the air goes with the rumen, the first part of the stomach, and this creates pressure to the rumen, and then including the contraction of muscle and of the reticulum, it helps in repelling the food towards the mouth. So this which brings us to the next part, which is remastication. The remastication part is where the bolus is re-chewed to mix the bolus with the saliva again, and after that it goes back to the rumen, and then where the digestion occur at the muscle and the upper muscle. So the complete rumination cycle is repeated after an interval of 3 to 4 seconds, and this time interval is called the pause, which I mentioned earlier.
So who can explain about bamboos? And
Okay, I can tell about bamboo. So, the bamboo or a family of flowering perennial evergreen plants in the grouse family, Poaceae. Giant bamboos are the largest number in the grouse family. In bamboo, the internodal regions of the stem are hollow, and the vascular bundles in the cross sections are scattered throughout the stems instead of a cylindrical arrangement. The dicotyledonous woody xylem is also absent. The absence of secondary growth wood causes the stems of monocots, including palms and large bamboo, to be columnar rather than tapering. Bamboos are the fastest growing plants in the world due to a unique rhizome-dependent system. Certain species of bamboo can grow 91 centimeters within a 24-hour period at a rate of almost 4 centimeters an hour. The chemical composition of bamboo is similar to that of wood. The main constituents of bamboo gums are cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin, tannins, waxes, and inorganic salts. Compared with wood, however, bamboo has higher alkaline extractives, ash, and silica contents. I think that's all for bamboo.
So what about the organic composition of bamboos?
Okay, after some readings, I found that bamboo contains other organic composition in addition to cellulose and lignin. It contains about 2 to 6% of starch, 2% deoxidized saccharide, 2 to 4% fat, and 0.8 to 6% of proteins. The carbohydrate content of bamboo plays an important role in its durability and service life. Durability of bamboo against mold, fungal, and virus attack is strongly associated with its chemical composition. Then the ash content of bamboo is made up of inorganic materials. Inorganic minerals, primarily silica, calcium, and potassium. Manganese and magnesium are two other common minerals. Silica content is the highest in the epidermis, with very little in the knots, and is absent in the interknots. The interknot of solid bamboo has significantly higher ash, 1% of sodium hydroxide, alcohol toluene, and hot water solubles than the knots. However, differences between the major chemical composition of the knot and interknot fraction of the bamboo are small. Neither the number of knots nor length of interknot segments would be critical to the utilization for energy conversion, chemical production, or as building material. Since the amount of each chemical composition of bamboo varies with age, height, and layer, the chemical composition of bamboo are correlated with its physical and mechanical properties.
So does everyone knows what is the fermentation process of the bamboo in buffalo digestion system?
Like I have mentioned earlier, the part of regurgitation is back into the rumen for fermentation. I'm going to explain a bit further. So the fermentation process of bamboo leaves in buffalo is because fermentation itself is because bacteria, protozoa, and fungi. So microbial fermentation in buffalo is a slow process, so it requires time and space in order to occur. So in buffalo, the large intestine is expanded to house microorganisms, which is a special set called the cecum. Is frequently present in most ruminants. So fermentation of bamboo occurs before digestion of the bamboo nutrition into the buffalo. So buffalo periodically regurgitate, as mentioned earlier, and rechew the bolus of bamboo particles in order to break down the larger food particles to increase the surface area for microbial action. So at the same time, microbes in the rumen produce sugars and chain fatty acids during digestion of cellulose, which is the first part of the digestion. These are the principal source of energy for the ruminant. Okay, then some sea microbes also synthesize vitamins, detoxify plant poisons, and recycle nitrogenous compounds into proteins. So at the same time, it also provide nutrients, essential nutrients to the ruminant. So all these actions actually help the microbe to survive, and this is like a symbiotic relationship with the ruminant and the microbes. So unfortunately for the microbes, as fluids are selectively filtered out of the fermentation chambers, which is the reticulum and the omasome, the microorganisms are also carried to the stomach to be digested. So ruminants actually derive the majority of their nutrients from the microbes, since the microbes actually did most of the works, and the ruminant just absorb everything that has been produced. So, but not directly from the plant materials. So, is there anyone that can enlighten us with the nutrients produced from the microbes?
So the major end products of microbial fermentation are volatile fatty acids, which are the product of fermentation and the main energy source. And besides, they have also ammonia produced, which are used to manufacture microbial protein. Bacteria are 60% of protein, making them the major source of protein as they leave the rumen and are digested in the omasome and small intestine. And the last one is the gases, which are sources of wasted energy, as they are bleached out regularly and often are the cause of bloating.
So, what is the effect of buffalo eating bamboo leaves at libitum? Anyone?
Okay, I can explain on that. So we predicted that if the buffalo ate bamboo leaves at libitum, it would probably face bloating. And it is an anaerobic fermentation occurs in rumen that leads to production of gases that must be eliminated. So a buffalo can typically produce up to 600 liters of gases per day, and the compositions of the gases are 65% carbon dioxide, 25 to 27% methane, 7% nitrogen, and trace amounts of oxygen, hydrogen, and hydrogen sulfide. Eructation, which is the belching of gas, is important to get rid of these gases, and it happens when contractions of the upper sacs of rumen force the gas toward esophagus. Bloat occurs when the eructation mechanism is impaired or inhibited and the rate of gas production exceeds the animal's ability to expel the gas. Because large volumes of gas are produced in the rumen, bloat can develop very quickly. The eructation mechanism is commonly inhibited by frothy or foamy rumen contents. The gas remains trapped in the rumen fluid, forming an emulsion of small bubbles about 1 millimeter in diameter. The frothy rumen contents expand, filling the rumen cavity and inhibiting the nerve endings that control the opening of the esophagus. This condition is known as frothy bloat. In primary ruminal tympany or frothy bloat, coalescence of the small gas bubbles is inhibited and intraruminal pressure increases because eructation cannot occur. Soluble leaf proteins, saponins, and hemicelluloses are believed to be the primary foaming agents and to form a monomolecular layer around gas rumen bubbles that has its greatest stability at about pH 6. Salivary mucin is anti-foaming, but saliva production is reduced with succulent forages. Animals can tolerate moderate frothiness of rumen contents without exhibiting bloat, or they may expel enough gas from moderately frothy rumen contents to recover from mild bloat without treatment. When frothy bloat is severe, the pressure in the rumen eventually inhibits all ruminal contractions. This condition is called atony. But does anyone know how to expel the gas unnaturally?
My classmate told me that we can cure bloating by we force the gas out of the stomach by using stomach tubing. Well, there are several ways actually, by using paraffin oil or make a hole on the cow's body.
Making a hole at the cow stomach, does it hurt the ruminant?
I'm not sure on that, but I think they will, if it's hurts, they will give the cows drugs for anesthetic.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to add on the effect of taking bamboo leaves on the buffalo. Okay. The existence of the faulty and the free gas protein can be determined by passing a stomach tubing into the rumen of the buffalo. And when the rumen contents are faulty, the tubes fill with the fat and the gas cannot be relieved. And during this situation, when the animal is brought with free gas, the gas pocket is usually easy to locate with the tube, and the expulsion of gas through the tube provides immediate relief from the bladder condition to give the animal comfort. And for the secondary ruminal tympani of the free gas protein condition, the bronchial obstruction or irritation is caused by esophageal obstruction due to a foreign body or pressure from the enlargement outside the esophagus itself. And the interference with the esophageal groove function is vital indigestion, and diaphragmatic hernia may cause chronic ruminal tympani. There may also be the interference with the nerve pathways involved in the irritation effects. The region of the wall of the reticulum, which contain the tension receptors and receptors that discriminate between gas from liquid, may interact with normal reflex, which are essential for the escape of gas from the rumen. And ruminal tympani also can be secondary to the acute onset of ruminal atony that occur in the anaphylaxis and in the brain overload. This causes a distress in the rumen pH and possibly in the esophagitis and ruminalitis that can interfere with irritation. Ruminal tympani also develop with hypoglycemia, and the chronic ruminal tympani is usually frequent in calves up to 6 months of age without apparent cause, and this form will usually resolve spontaneously without any treatment. That's all.
Since you guys already explained about the effects of them eating, and you guys have mentioned that it can cause bloating. So, can bloating causes death to the ruminant?
I think that if the bloating is too severe, it might really cause death to the animal.
I think only severe bloating will cause death. And also, they don't have control of the bloating. For humans, we can do something about it, but for animals, they can't, and they only show signs of bloating.
Anyone else?
They don't know when they have to stop eating, right? So they just keep eating. So they
And the gases accumulated then will cause the bloating to continue until it might be too severe to save the animal.
And they can't express their condition to the owners and the vet as well.
Yeah.
So the owner have to constantly check on the ruminant.
That's why the management is very important in the farm.
I see. Toshan, do you have anything to add?
Maybe like the farmer,
Yeah, sorry?
there should be like a vet monitoring the ruminants in the farm to ensure that they are healthy, and so that to prevent any problems of death or any problems that may cause them to affect production.
Answering to my own question, so I think because since you guys have mentioned before that bloating is how you have to muscle contraction to expel the gas, right? So I guess maybe the pressure from the gas inside the ruminant is too much, and then at the same time the muscle contraction is occurring at the same time, so maybe it causes so much pain to the ruminant that it causes pain stress to it, and maybe it can die because of that. So yeah, because since like like women going to give birth, right? Because they're trying to expel something and the thing won't come out. so
they experience contraction,
Yeah,
right?
the contraction is causing the pain. Yeah, correct.
Okay, based on what I read as well, vets should know the sounds made when ruminants digest their food. Because when ruminants digest their food, they make like a really loud sound. You know that it's not bloating. When there's no sound, that's bloating.
Ah, I see. So, Tushan, you're going to say something just now.
Yeah, since when they have severe bloating, so their stomach is already full with like gas. So they are having pain. So they won't be able to eat. They won't eat.
Yeah.
So this will result them in having less energy, being weak, and this may also cause to some kind of may lead and contribute to death.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's the end of our discussion today. Thank you everyone for participating in it.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.